Wednesday, May 27th. Wow. 30 vlogs. I'm surprised that I've been doing this every day, honestly. Honestly, think it just gives me something to do. Like, I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying making these. I'm enjoying feeling like I'm making some kind of video that fits in with the modern culture of people doing nothing and filming it, or just things not being so presented. I do find that, like, we're in this, I find it very fascinating that we're in this, like, maxed out slice of life voyeuristic kind of culture. It's fascinating is all. You know, you didn't think people would watch reality TV, or you think, oh, like, who's gonna watch that shit? And people do. You'd think that who's gonna watch pressure washing for 10 hours straight? People do. You know, I love and hate. Just as both of them. I feel strongly towards both of those emotions. I love and hate how the internet has opened up this whole Pandora's box of, like, what people are actually willing to watch. And I guess this is just my, like, personal take on it. You know, I have always done stuff like this. Like, I don't know, when we had cameras when I was a kid, it was like you had to present something, because when people were watching tapes, you know, I don't know, it's like we all wanted to give context to what was happening, or we wanted to just, I don't know, be presentable. And it's kind of fascinating that people don't have to really do that. You know, they're either people really trying to present everything and edit everything so perfectly, or this, you know, where it's just kind of in the moment and uncut and not planned at all. So I find it really interesting, but this is all just my take on it, obviously. As you can see, I live a very repetitive, I don't want to say boring life. My life is not boring. It's just, honestly, you guys are basically seeing the boring parts, because anytime I'm having fun, or I'm invested in it. Like, anytime I'm doing something that's interesting, or something that actually has my attention, you know, I'm not going to film myself watching a movie, or, you know, you got to see a little bit of me practicing music, but as you can see, a lot of it, it's a lot of, you know, it's all over the place. So, you know, I guess this is just making me realize how little is going on right now, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, of course, you know, part of me wants to make these more interesting instead of just a day-to-day routine approach of it. But I think that's just what it is. It's like, I don't want to force something to be interesting, or I don't want to feel like, you know, like I can't just film whatever. I don't want to feel like I have to, you know, go above and beyond for this, because it's not, I don't think that's the point of it. The point of it is to be just me. I just kind of want to give you an idea of what kind of person I'm like outside of music, outside of how I, in the most skewed way, present myself with no with no fucks given, you know. So I still haven't finished the book, by the way. I literally read a chapter. Reading puts me to fucking sleep, is why maybe that's why I don't really, like, care for it as much as I would like to. It's not that, like, oh, like, using my brain for once actually, you know, like, makes me worn out. It's just, especially this book, like Lord of the Flies, this was written in the 50s, or came out in the 50s at least. It's written by an English author in the 50s. The terminology he uses and a lot of the stuff that he says, it's just kind of hard to decipher what the fuck is going on. That's like a lot of books. Books make me feel dumb, not from a I'm actually a stupid person standpoint, but when you read older books, it's like people were just significantly more, you know, language was significantly more important and more emphasized, you know, 70, 80 plus years ago. It was just different. Things were so different as far as, like, you watch a show like Deadwood. I really enjoy that show, but I was thinking yesterday, I was talking about this with, I don't know if you guys caught it on the footage because I didn't watch it, but I was thinking how sophisticated Deadwood is. And it's just so, like, I have to almost rewatch that with subtitles and have a fucking dictionary on hand, or my phone on hand, and look up every little word. Because the way people used to talk, it's just so, there are so many words that we don't use now. You know, so many words that we don't use casually in conversation, at least. And it's not that I feel dumb. Like, I know I know a lot more than I think. However, there's so much that I don't know, I guess, is what books make me realize. Like, there's so many words that I don't use, and so many ways to write something that are just it's so foreign, it's so different for me, compared to, I'm more of a, like, I love movies and shows or stories that are just so, like, direct and to the point and aren't, I don't feel like I have to decipher a lot. In Lord of the Flies, in this book, there's so many moments where I feel like I'm deciphering what the fuck is, what's actually happening. It's like I don't understand a lot of the times what's actually happening, and I'm trying to use the context clues I'm trying to do, but it's just, things were written so differently. I won't be surprised if books become kind of a dead thing. Older books, I should say, pre-21st century story, or pre-1950s or 60s, I guess. I don't know. I just think that a lot of stuff has changed so much that I, in a sad way, I wonder if books even matter anymore. I don't think people care to read. I don't picture the social media generation actually wanting to sit down and read books. And I think that most people that read books only do it as a personality trait. I wonder if most people that read books actually enjoy. I do like to read books. I just kind of suck at it. I take too long to read them. I overthink it, and at the end of the day, I'm wondering, I think I pick up half of every book I've read. I think I understand about half of what's going on. Not because I'm a dumb person. I think I'm just I have to see it. I have to touch it. I have to hear it and smell it, and like, I have to see it literally, as opposed to a book in Lord of the Flies. The amount of times he describes the island or what's going, like, certain areas that they're in, and it's, I'm not lying, a fucking stream, like a whole slew of words that I have no fucking idea what the hell he's talking about, because it's all environmental. Like I've said in previous vlogs, like when I was reading Life of Pi, it's like, if you don't know what terminology is used for, like, a canoe or a boat, or is all the different little, like, words for that, all the vocabulary for that, if you don't know that, Life of Pi, literally half of the novel is like him doing shit on the boat. So half of that novel, I was like, because I read it for a class when I was in college for 2 seconds, and I had to read it within a night because I procrastinate. I'm terrible. I was like just burning through those parts. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It doesn't matter. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's talking about Life of Pi goes into like the specific type of knots that he's tying on a specific part of the boat and with a specific material, and none of it, I have no idea what any of it means. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a stupid person and books don't like hit me the way I wish they did. It depends on the author, it depends on the book, obviously, because there are a ton of books that I really love. I loved The Road. I love stuff that's so, not easy to read, but easy to comprehend. And the funny thing is, I found that fascinating when I was at advanced classes, like in middle school, when I was like 12 or 13. I remember reading like Beowulf, and my teacher describing every little sentence and her like making sure that we understood what was going on. And I thought that was fascinating. I just don't have the mental patience, I guess is what I mean. I don't have the mental patience to decipher words like that, even though I'm a writer, even though I'm a songwriter. What I love about songwriting, though, is how it can really be from me directly, and it can be like the way I talk. It can be the way my approach to things. That's the beauty of being a writer, being a creative. You can do whatever you want, and you could watch this and say that I'm limiting myself, not knowing certain words, not knowing more, so not having a more sophisticated, well-rounded vocabulary. But I don't know if that matters anymore. People are so fucking stupid that my basic vocabulary is already significantly, better than most people's, probably just because of how fucking stupid people are nowadays. Again, by default, my vocabulary is extremely limited, but by default, just because of knowing basic words, or intermediate words, I guess I should say. But again, we don't really use these words anymore. In the English, people in the UK use completely different words than we do. So, and all honesty, all vocabulary from all different parts of the world are completely fucking different, and it's like, well, what the fuck am I learning anyway? What am I looking at? I do want to read books. I do want to like expand my knowledge in a lot of ways, but fuck. God fucking damn it. I hate how many times I've tried to pick up this fucking book that is not even barely 200 pages, Lord of the Flies. Should have been able to finish it in a day. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of what I'm reading, I don't know if I even fucking understand what's going on, because the amount of detail. Let me just read a little snippet here. The pig run kept close to the jumble of rocks that lay down by the river on the other side, and Ralph was content to follow Jack along. If you could shut your ears to the slow suck down of the sea and boil of the return, if you could forget how dun and unvisited were the ferny converts on either side, then there was a chance that you might put the beast out of mind and dream for a while. Now, I understand what that means. They're saying, oh, he's saying the distraction of all the little things in the island. They want to distract themselves from how scared they are about the monster. I've watched the movie. I know what's going on, you know, but just what I just fucking read. Talk about a mouthful or a lot of, again, like, it's like older books are almost not too smart for me, but too smart for. They're almost like not too smart for their own good. I don't think there's such thing as that. I don't want to say that, like, I mean, this is poetic. Like, this is actually like a very poetic book. I guess I feel bad that I feel like it's not that it's not for me, but I feel bad that I'm like, you know, not there. Like, I'm not that kind of reader. That's all. I don't read books. I don't read as much as I should. That's just, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not that kind of reader. And I wish I was. I wish I knew more things. But I am such a movie person, such a music person. I'm such a final product kind of person that I look at that, I'm just like, I'm not saying I want like GPT or an AI to explain it for me. I don't need that. Like, I love that books force me out of my comfort zone. I love that it's forced me to use my brain. I'm just like, so like, with a movie, you don't have to describe what the fucking things are. You see it. With music, you don't have to describe the way things sound. You can hear it. I guess because I've grown up in this modern time, like I'm so used to everything being like exactly what it is and straight to it that you know, when you have to decipher, it's like I'm deciphering some cryptic text here sometimes, you know? And when I say half the time, I literally mean only half the time. A lot of times I do fully understand what's going on. But my God, do books make me feel fucking stupid. And I think when I was younger and I was in school, it felt like everyone was like really understanding this stuff and breezing ahead, and people picked it up so quickly, and I'm the kind of person that'll stay stuck on the first page, just like, well, what does this exactly mean? What is it? What are they describing exactly? Am I picturing it perfectly enough in my head? Am I picturing it the way that the author intended? You know, it's almost as if going to school and that pressure of understanding every little bit of what I'm reading and writing comprehension being so emphasized, it's as if that has made me feel like I can't just enjoy reading, or I can't just do it for fun and just kind of like it's like I always have this thing in the back of my mind that like this pressure of do you fully understand this? You're a smart person. You have basic intellect. Do you understand this? If not, you're a fucking idiot. Go and kill yourself. That's what goes on through my head, I think, most of the time. You don't understand this? You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You should fucking kill yourself. That's sometimes what I think, you know? It's how much pressure I put on myself to understand things, though. So yeah, books, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fucking book reader. I don't know if I'm the kind of person that can sit there and read all of this shit and not spend forever deciphering every fucking bit of it. Anyway, that was my night. That's why I passed out, and I'm up at 9 a.m. right now. That's why I passed out, because I ate a big old pub sub and was feeling tired. I read one chapter of Lord of the Flies and literally put it down and lay on the couch right here, and I fucking passed out, and then I went to bed. And that's what reading does for me, is it makes me feel not bored. It's not like I fall asleep out of boredom. It's like I fall asleep just from how like much it demands of my brain, I guess. I don't know. I'm so used to movies, man. I need movies, or I need pictures or something. I need things that are just, they are what they are. And there's no like, you know, and what's weird is I love Shakespeare, and the opposite. I love the opposite too, where it's either like very extremely hard to decipher or extremely basic. Anything in between, where it's like I understand some stuff and then some stuff goes over my head. It frustrates me because I just feel like I should be able to, and at 33 years old, I should be able to read Lord of the Flies and understand every bit of what is happening, and it just makes me feel like dumb. Makes me feel dumb, and that lack of college, higher education, academia. That it's like a such a blatant example of my lack of academia, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just, you know, as an artist though, it's like I've gone so far into my own world too. It's like I've gotten so wedged into like just who I am and the kind of approach I have to things, that anything that's different than that is just, It's bizarre for me, it's bizarre for me to read. I mean, besides that college class, I haven't read any fucking, that was like 10 years ago when I did that, by the way. Besides the college class and read, I don't ever read books. I just never read. It's, reading, as much as I'm a patient person, as much as I love like rewarding things, if like having the reward, if you're able to be patient enough for it, it's like, as much as I love that stuff, I don't know, man, fucking, like, books are like, are incredible, but they just make me feel fucking stupid. I don't know what it is, man. But anyway, today, Doogie's gonna come by later. We're gonna film some stuff. We have an ad campaign. I don't know if I've told you guys about that, but we have basically, because I'm releasing this album, I'm releasing an album soon, and of course I don't mean to jumble up my words. I got so much fucking shit that I'm trying to say, and I hate that. I have one tunnel. I have one way of getting it out. I wish I had like 7 mouths to like say everything at once. Basically because I'm really releasing this album soon. I hate stuttering. Fuck, I hate how much I stutter. I need Jeffrey Rush from the King's Speech to help me with that. Okay, what was I saying? Because the standard of whenever you release an album or whenever you put out something music-wise, anything artistic, because you basically have to commercialize it and sell it and put ads in front of people's faces endlessly because they're a bunch of mindless freaks who don't do anything but pick their nose and browse their phones. A bunch of stupid little Gen Zers who have nothing else. Because you have to do that, we're basically filming a bunch of short videos for the next couple weeks, and I'm waiting on the album artwork is done. I'm waiting on the master tracks to be finished. We sent them literally a week from yesterday, and the guy hasn't gotten back to us. So JP is gonna message him soon if he doesn't hear from him. I'm wondering what the fuck's going on with that. I assume it's just a lot. It is almost an hour-long album, 55 minutes, 10 songs. So I assume it's just a lot for the guy to work on. Make sure that he doesn't have to do anything else. Like, it makes sense if he's finalizing everything so that we don't complain about anything and that we don't have to keep doing it. He probably wants to. I hope that's why it's taking so long. At least that he just wants to make sure it's flawless. But we're waiting on that, and so because I'm waiting for the album to just kind of be finished right now and getting it ready for release, we're filming a bunch of short videos to post as reels and YouTube shorts and whatever. So we're filming that later today. And I think that's like 7 hours from now. So I have to do stuff for the next 7 hours. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Maybe I'll take a nap. No. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But that's what my day has in store. I think I'm going to go grab the dog and grab the package that came in the mail that I need to go and get. Because it was pouring rain a second ago, and now it's completely clear outside. Florida. Just Florida shit going on here. So yeah, that's what's going on today, and I'll film a little bit of behind the scenes of that, and I'm sure Doogie will say some funny, mean shit because that's what he does best. Yeah, you guys will get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes, a little bit of the making of those things. And what's funny about that is we're so used to filming a story and a music video and making it look cinematic that this will be so straightforward. It'll be straightforward with just me and him and the camera. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see how they turn out. All it is to have some high quality thing to share with people and have it. And I have some ad money, thankfully. So, we're going to boost all these posts. So I'm hoping that if I do all this stuff the right way and I actually approach it as professionally as possible, or doing it just the way things are supposed to be done nowadays, I'm hoping that this works. And that I don't have to fucking work a 9 to 5 anymore, and that I could do what I'm always meant to do, which is be a creative person making music and videos and stories and whatever. That's what my life is supposed to be. And if it isn't, then I'm gonna fucking kill myself. No. I don't know how to do anything else. As you can see, I'm not smart enough to understand Lord of the Flies. Or I'm not really good at anything else. So all 5 of you that are watching these, if you want to check out my music, that really goes a long way for me. And yeah, you'll get to see kind of what our approach is to this stuff, because I do want to film. I want to record a majority of that today. I want to record a good bit of our creative mindset and our creative approach to that stuff. So anyway, yeah, I will catch you guys in a few hours from now. I'm gonna get high and do whatever the fuck I want because I have a day off. It's a little after 10:15, and I know I said that come on, you got it. Come on, you got it. I think it's about 10:15 right now. Where's my phone? The clocks in my place it's like 10:17. Doesn't matter. Why am I getting to fine details of these things? 10:17. That's how long it took me to tell you all the time. I know it'd be a couple hours, but I can't stay away from you all for too long. You know that. I got a package to open up, so I'll show you guys what I got in that. And I found an interesting post on Reddit that I relate to, and I submitted a response on it that I want to show you all. I want to show you all what I said because I think there's some interesting. I think it's like just a very interesting topic, and I also want to. I think I'm going to convert. I think I'm going to spend the day converting some tapes that I've been meaning to finish digitally converting. So I want to do all that stuff and just take care of. I don't know, just just kind of get some of this stuff out of the way. I don't know. These are some things that came to mind that I figured would be interesting to show you all. That's all. So first off, let's see what's. I mean, I think I have an idea of what's in here, but let's pretend I don't for the sake of the video. Keep it more interesting. Okay. First thing, I got a Green Man outfit. This is actually for one of the ad bits that I was telling you about. Like I said, we're just filming a bunch of short videos to post to promote the album and promote my Instagram page and my social media shit more than anything. I've never really done that. Tried to do that. I've never tried to do that in a very, Anyway, that's what this is for. So I almost want to put it on and do a bit for you all where I use the chroma key and just test it out. Make sure I should make sure it fits too, right? Here, I'll cut this here. Make sure this fits. So as you can see, it fits pretty well. Green Man. I really love that episode of Sunny. What is it? The gang gets invincible is the first appearance of Green Man, or no? It's when they're making. I feel like I have to take my shirt off. By the way, you have to basically go into these with your socks and underwear, and that's it. Maybe some shoes so you don't get the bottom of these dirty. I'm wondering if when we shoot something, I have to. We're thinking of using this on a white backdrop and then changing the images on both of them. But I'm also thinking how cool it would be to just do this in normal areas. I kind of want to test this out with the vlog here and see how it looks with just straight up putting it in a normal environment and then maybe using a different, backdrop or whatever. Using a different layer is what I mean. Either way, this feels weird. I don't wear costumes anymore. I don't wear anything like this anymore, so this is I'm not feeling claustrophobic, but I'm feeling all weird and not being able to see or whatever. I hope it's not freaking out the pup too much. Just relax, dude. You're on acid. That episode's very funny. All right, I'm gonna take this off, and I'm excited to show him this later, and we'll see how I edit this. Or maybe I should why don't I open up the rest of this, show you the rest of this package. And Green Man attire. So I got, what is this? Harry Potter on DVD and 8 Mile on Blu-ray. Now the reason I'm going to get Harry Potter in 4K as well, the reason I got this is because I had these first 3 movies on DVD when I was a kid. The first 4 I had on DVD as a kid. And I was crazy about them. And I was mainly crazy about the bonus features. And I kind of want to be able to use the bonus features. It doesn't hit the same watching DVD menus as opposed to actually interacting with them. Like watching them on YouTube versus actually interacting with those things. But yeah, that's cool. More physical media in the mail or whatever. A little test here. Let's get another test clip. I hope I'm capturing all this too. I have no idea how the camera's angled. Anyway, catch you in a second. I gotta do one of these actually, because I want to see if I can get it to be like a floating head. Can we do like a floating head thing with this? Oh shit! Oh shit! The fuck? I thought I was forgetting something. I forgot to read you guys my Reddit response to this guy. Basically, this guy posted on, it was like unpopular opinions, I think was the subreddit, and he posted something like, can we just like stop, can we just accept that like once you hit your 30s, you know, going out isn't fun anymore, and was saying like, you know, had some valid points, though it was coming from a place of just being a hater, which I can totally relate to that. He was just bringing up some good points of just like, oh, you know, he like some of the best nights that he's had was when he stayed in. One time he went, you know, like a lot of the times he's gone and he's just like $80 shorter, and you know, to have drinks he didn't really care for, to just like not have a good time. Like I get where he was coming from, because he was just like, you know, like, you know, he was like saying, oh, people are just pretending to have fun or whatever, and I gave a response that I felt was a little less, you know. I tried to come at like give a response that was a little more matter of fact, or at least like a mix of my perspective in that kind of same area, as well as like why things actually are different now when it comes to partying and going out and whatever. So again, my opinion is super biased and not based off of anything other than that. And it's not based off anything other than my personal experiences. But here's what I said, and I doubt anybody's gonna read it because it was like thousands of comments. Like I doubt anybody will find this, but I guess what I wrote meant a lot to me, which is why I want to say it to you all right now. So this is my opinion, my general opinion on going out in the year 2026, middle of the year 2026 is where we're at from a time standpoint. Okay, so for context, that's where we are. Here's what I said. People are defending the going out nightlife type shit, and I get that. It can be a fun time or at least a different ambience, but I agree with OP on a lot of this. Not from where he's coming from, but how these places have changed a lot, supposedly. Personally, I hate how expensive it all is, and that's why I stay inside most days. And it could also be underwhelming in comparison to what you expect. Going out isn't the problem. Going out now, in this day and age, is the problem. People suck at socializing. Venues aren't really enjoyable enough to justify the cost. I always have to pay for parking or an Uber or Lyft. I don't meet anyone new because people are off-putting. And also, I don't know if there's anything happening that hasn't already been done. Maybe silent disco and escape rooms. These are trying to be different, which is awesome. You know, at least there's that. But by the time you hit a certain age, there's nothing really new anymore. Loud music, drinking, people watching. That's basically every night out that I've had my entire life. It's very repetitive, and that's my only annoyance with it. And the worst part is, I'm a musician who loves music, but for some reason, concerts, raves, anywhere that has music blasting just doesn't feel the same for me anymore. I'd rather listen to my own personal song choices or be creative at home. I don't know, this is biased as fuck because I just don't like going out in general nowadays, but what I mean is that I understand where OP is coming from completely, and a lot of people on here seem like they're trying to prove how much fun they have, when really it could be that modern life sucks so much that we have to convince ourselves to enjoy what we can. To go off of that, branching off of that now in the video with you all, I do think that there's something about that. I think that people hate their jobs, they're not necessarily happy, you know what I mean? Like people make enough to you know, survive minimally, and then they end up spending whatever money they have, or they just kind of throw it down on credit cards like I do. You know, a lot of us throw money down on what we really love and what we really have fun doing, or in my case, where I have fun collecting, I guess. I think that people will have fun no matter what. People, like, when you're, you know, when life is just repetitive and like the 9 to 5 life, like just working and shit all the time, it's so monotonous and repetitive that people will have fun no matter what. People will have fun doing almost anything too. Like, people just want to have fun. I really admire that, actually. I really admire that people can do just about anything. They just want to kind of get out of their not even their comfort zones. They just want to get out of their, you know, out of the they want to get out of that repetitive daily routine, you know, and that's really incredible for me, for people like me, or, you know, for some of us. It just takes a lot to get us there, or not that much at all. Like, I don't know, staying at home, I love staying at home, but and I do like going out, but what I mean is like what I meant branching off of that last bit. It was like a lot of people in the comments to completely disagreeing with OP and coming at him very harshly, saying like this guy just doesn't know how to have fun. And it's like, first of all, you're on Reddit. I don't know how social of a person you are if you're like sitting here really getting into this stuff that much. I don't think that I don't consider people on Reddit like the same as everyone else, because they're spending their time on Reddit. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that their opinions mean dick for anything. For most things, because like they're sitting there browsing that instead of being in the real world. That alone means that, like, you know, I don't know, maybe they were just people like wanting to answer respond to his thing. But what I mean is that a lot of people in that comment section of this unpopular opinion question or whatever this post was very, you know, very much you know, brought a lot of people's like wanting to defend how much fun they have or defend their choices to like go out and enjoy being out in the nightlife. And I just thought that was kind of funny, as far as, yeah, I'm wondering how many of those were people just like wanting to justify that they have fun or wanting to like prove that they have fun. You don't have to prove that you have fun. You can just have fun and just anyway. Like what I mean is, like, you know, of course people are going to feel that way with anything. No one's going to spend $300, thousands of tickets on a Taylor Swift concert and be like, yeah, that was okay. It's like the fact that people spend a lot of money on this shit. They're always going to tell themselves, yeah, that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that because I spent like $3 or $4 grand on this vacation. I enjoyed every bit of it. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, you know, because these things aren't that. But if you were a wealthy person, or if you were doing all these things casually, you wouldn't just be always enjoying all of these things. I spend money that I don't have on this shit and then still point out. I mean, I'm good at not lying to myself about feeling good or having fun or whatever. So anyway, to continue, I wish I enjoyed going out more because I actually do enjoy it. However, when I'm getting charged 50 cents for simply using my credit card, $2 for a rocks pour, and then 12 to 15 bucks for each whiskey, it's not like I'm eager to go out constantly pissing away my money. So where I'm at with this with myself is I can't tell if I don't like going out or if going out just sucks now. You know, very good point. I got to give myself some credit for that, because that's a very solid point. Does going out, is it just me? It could just be me, or maybe it just sucks. Maybe it just sucks going out. Because apparently, if you ask anyone who's been in this industry for many years, a lot of them will say that people having smartphones changed how people behave out at these venues. It used to be super unhinged and wild at nightclubs everywhere. I'm going off of what I've heard from people that were doing that in the 80s or 90s and maybe in the 2000s. I'm going off of what I've seen in videos and other people, because I wasn't there. Apparently in the 80s and 90s, it was a wild fucking time. Pre-cell phones in general. So yeah, it used to be super unhinged and wild at nightclubs everywhere. Now, because people are afraid of looking stupid when drinking and then becoming a viral clip, they're afraid to let loose more. That sucks. Either way, I think people will enjoy being at these places no matter what. Like what I was just saying before. They need something to break up the monotony, and going out is easy for that. But that doesn't mean that these places are perfect either. If they didn't charge so much for the cover, the drinks, and whatever else, then people would probably become regulars more often. But if they can't get naturally misanthropic introverts like myself to want to be there, then they're not going to make much money. Because even people like me that hate going out need to blow off steam once in a while. Another fair point. Even people that hate going out will want to go out, but if it sucks every time they go out, they're not going to want to go out. It's that simple. I have one place that I frequent that doesn't charge an arm or leg for drinks. The people are amazing, and I've been going there for 10 plus years. Still go there now, but that's it. There's not a single other bar or venue that I want to give my money to because they all fucking suck. That was it's a bit of a generalization, but by the way, yes, I live in Florida. I played live music gigs for a decade and have been going out since I was a teenager. It was really fun at some point, and now it's not. That's it. All right, I'll fuck off now. So yeah, that was my response to that whole thing there, and I just thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to share that little moment with you all. Yeah, again, going back to what I said in that response, I can't tell if I just hate going out or if it just sucks now. And I feel bad because the guys at work, it's like they're just kind of getting into it now. They're just now like starting to have more fun with that. And I'm like, they're going when it's like the worst. It's like the worst time to go out right now as far as the expense of it and how it's really not that fun. It is so not that fun unless you go to the really expensive places. Of course, Club Space in Miami and certain places in the world are still like a good time and still a great spot. But that used to be on a larger scale. That used to be, I assume at least, that used to be on a larger scale because people used to drink more. A big part of this is younger people don't drink as much or at all. They're like, apparently Gen Zers, a lot of them don't drink at all. So there's no point in going to those places. My thing is, it'd be great if they had nightclubs or bars or places that are that type as far as environmentally, and places that stayed open, but they just happen to not serve alcohol. Like, what I don't understand is why, all these places that stay open late have to serve alcohol. And I know why, because like no one goes out to do anything else. Like, if people went out to coffee shops late at night, I would totally go to those places. Or if there were video game bars, or they just serve like a restaurant that just like has video games, but it's not expensive for the food, and you can just play the games as long as you purchase something. Like, why I don't understand why things can't be just like fucking fun and not so expensive. I don't mind spending money, having fun. I don't mind spending money. I am not cheap. I don't have a problem with spending money on things that are fun or things that are enjoyable. It's just that most things are really not that enjoyable anymore. Most things are really not that fun. Like, I collect things, and even the things that I collect, I love sharing that with others. Like, I like sharing these experiences with other people, and I like sharing all sorts of things, just in general, experiences with others. So all sorts of things that are really kind of meant to be like that. I just like this stuff though too. Like, I have all this music equipment and all this stuff because I just like it, and I like to see it, and I love having it. But this stuff is permanent, and this stuff will be here as long as it doesn't get destroyed or stolen or anything happens to it. As long as I don't sell it or get rid of it, it'll be here forever. I've had a lot of these games for many years, and it's crazy how if I am going to spend money for a fleeting experience, an experience that I know is purely like a momentary thing, you sure as shit better have have a really fun moment, not going to fucking emo night at the place that I frequent in the downtown area here, going to emo night and all it is playing like nostalgic music from like 98 to 2004. Like, it's just, they call it emo night, but it's really just like a nostalgia night. And now, I was talking about this with the guys at work recently, now all of those songs are kind of like dead to me. Like, that whole era of Linkin Park, and I'm not even crazy about MCR, but like all those rock bands and that whole era of nu metal and even the like pop rock stuff that was like, it's all dead to me now, because it's like people obsessed over those songs so much, and now like fucking My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. Like, I love these songs and I love these bands and that era of music so much, but now that I've seen everyone like ride this nostalgia train's dick to death, I like hate it. Like, I hate how like everyone's, everybody like depending on nostalgia to get people interested in things like that, to get people to come out. Oh, it's a 90s party. Oh, it's it's fucking stupid. I don't want the only fun things to be us all reminiscing over when things were actually fun. Where are the new fun things? Where is the new fun stuff? Where is the new stuff? There is no new fun. There are no new fun things. There's nothing new that is significantly impactful or as culturally impactful as anything past like 2012 or 13. It's a goddamn shame, because it'd be great if I felt some sort of like 2010s nostalgia or 2020s nostalgia in another 10 or 15 years, but there's not going to be any of that, because there's nothing to be nostalgic about right now. What am I going to be nostalgic about? How fucked up the entire economy of our country is, and how fucking ridiculous these world leaders have been, and how fucking just fucked up everything is. And I don't even have, like, 9/11 happened, but we still had a lot of like good entertainment to keep our minds off of that shit. Now it's like we just have this endless feed of horrible news and horrible people and horrible things happening, and I don't even have anything to escape into other than things that are from my childhood and things that I used to be really into, and yearning for a time where I was not feeling so fucking cynical and nihilistic about everything. So that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents on how going out feels now, is that it's just there aren't, it's not that there aren't any new fun experiences, that I'm cheap, that I can't have any fun. It's that there really isn't anything special about anything anymore. There's not anything special about anything. no good music, no good movies, no good. Of course, there's still good stuff being made, but holy fuck, you know, you really, you know, excluding movies, if you know which ones are good and which ones aren't pretty easily, but. And I guess movies and TV shows are still doing pretty well, but they're not making as much money as they should. And unfortunately for people like me who enjoy physical media, that's not going to be a thing anymore for any of these new shows. You can't get a lot of new shows on physical media because they know that like it's not worth the expense, that no one's going to buy it, or not many people are going to buy it. And I don't know. It sucks that there's not going to be anything nostalgic or anything to look back on these years from like 2015, 2016 to like 2030. For like that, this 15 to 20 year gap is just like, I don't mean to like be so negative about it, but it really isn't. I don't have any nostalgia for my 20s. And I was very depressed and in a pretty bad spot for most of the time. For most of those years, I was in a bad spot mentally. But there's really not there's nothing exciting about what's happening. Like there's nothing new and exciting. And even if there is, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the same. I don't know why. So meal prepping here. Microwaving some broccoli. Yeah. Good stuff. It's a little after 4:30 p.m. now. I took a quick nap. I did all that prepping for the week, all the meal prepping. Ate something. I'm just waiting for Doogie to get here, and then we're gonna start shooting. We have a couple ideas. They're all pretty basic. Like all the stuff we're doing is gonna be, you know, is gonna be pretty straightforward. But I guess I'm definitely eager to get to it. I'm very happy that I got a text from JP saying that the masters are done. I think the master tracks are done. Hopefully, when he sends them to me tonight. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to feel any sort of like, oh, we got to fix that. I just want it to be done. I hope when he sends it to me, it's fucking finished, and I can finally announce it this Friday that it's coming out, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, just waiting for him to get here, hanging out with this little goober. He's letting me do that to him because I was giving him little pieces of chicken earlier. He's a good baby boy. You're so loved. I'm sorry that you're jaded as fuck like me and that you don't trust anybody, but I love you. Just got these in the mail just now. Very happy about owning this one specifically. Metalocalypse is one of my favorites of all time. Once the first movie comes in the mail, I have all three on DVD. Now, again, the only reason I like having these on DVD is because, I like mainly having DVDs because it's the only way you could play them on the CRT TVs. TV, DVD, CD, da-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. A lot of E's, a lot of E sounds, right? But yeah, it's awesome to have these and just, you know, be able to watch them on whatever I want, you know. But yeah, the Harry Potter ones. I hope that this has bonus features. I don't know if it does. It doesn't say anything on the back about bonus features. But I don't know. You know, I only really use those features anyway for the first two movies. I don't know. It's like unless you're like into this stuff, you won't get why I would want the DVD versions of Harry Potter and the 4K versions of it. But yeah, I'm stoked about having those. More to come too, so you'll be able to see that. And then I think I'm done. I made a bunch of like purchases today, and I honestly think I have to like be done for a while because I can't be, you know. It is going to hit a ceiling where I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I don't need any. I really don't want to buy any more of these. But I bought all of my essential must-haves today, and then everything else is going to be just what else don't I have? So that's my collection is essentially almost done. I think my physical media collection. I'm going to get some of my favorites of like the Sandler, Spielberg, and Scorsese movies of the 90s and 2000s. And that's it. Just like from there on, I'm just going to kind of be adding on to my Criterion collection more than anything, too. Criterion collection will probably never end because I love the Criterion editions of the movies, and those are pricey. But that might turn into like one every once in a while kind of thing. Because what I love about the Criterion collection stuff on Amazon or anywhere is that I can trust that it's not going anywhere. All these other ones, it's like it might be sold out or they might run out soon. So I'm getting them while I can, while the getting's good.
Yeah, take it away early. Fasten your safety belts, clench your buttocks. It's going to be.
There we go, the best. Hold on, I should turn off the light. Honestly, like the coolest fucking. Oh, now okay, now we're good. Yeah, the coolest fucking intro of any Harry Potter movie right here. And it just feels so. It just hits on this CRT. I don't know why. Oh, this intro when he's hitting Lumos and shit. It's fucking awesome. Alfonso Cuarón's like style with this is just so perfect with this one. But this is how I watched it. I think that's why I want the DVDs. Like that's how I watched it back when I had them when I was a kid. I didn't have them in 4K and shit. It's been a minute since I've watched that third Harry Potter movie. I forget how awesome it is that when he's leaving, he's like it's like the first bit, that whole movie, it's like the first time we see the on-screen Harry having as much angst as the books Harry does. Like in the books, Harry is kind of like jaded as fuck, and like from what I remember, he's like a dick sometimes. It's great. It really humanizes the character in the movies and make him seem like he's this perfect person until like the end. I feel like, or not perfect, but they, first two movies, they really make him seem like so, innocent, and like Vic, they really, make him like a martyr. But in the books, because he has gone through a bunch of shit, he's like way more of a, he's a good guy, but he's got way more of a tongue, if you know what I mean. And like at the end of the first book, he like is very aggressive after he almost dies with the fight with Voldemort and Quirrell and stuff. Anyway, yeah, it was refreshing to see that. I totally forgot that the third movie had that. Like, he's like holding a wand up to Vernon already. Like the movie, the third one is like he's not afraid to be a dick, and I love that because that's kind of how Harry is sometimes.
Woohoo! Come on, we're out of here.
Easy, Rocky.
All right, guys, we're 50 seconds from the drop zone.
All right, pinheads. The stealth eagle's about to fly. Ditto with a swooping swamp.
This shit is so good.
Well, lead on, fly.
Oh my god, it was such a big deal. Power Rangers was such a big fucking deal. You had to be there. This, Pokemon, and Harry Potter were like, those are the three main. Those are the big ones of my childhood. It was just those three alone. And skateboarding came along. Bro, this fucking song and this sequence, I will never forget this for the rest of my life. I'll never forget how hard this hit and how I still think this like holds up really well. This is badass. These are actual stunt men and women doing the fucking skydiving sequence, and then people skydiving with them and filming it. I mean, it's insane. Look how much they went, how hard they went for a Power Rangers movie. Holy shit.
Yeah, all right.
Wow. I really just love the DVD menus too. Look at how cool that is.
Oh, from the Prime Minister of Norway. There are several cases. The finest wine.
No!
Holy fuck, it's 6 p.m. and I actually got the masters for the tracks a lot sooner than I thought I would, and I'm still waiting for Doogie to get here, so holy fucking shit. Moment of truth, I'm going to listen to this and hope that this is the final thing that we are ever going to do with this album, and then I could just release it soon. I'm so fucking hyped right now, holy shit! So we're going to shoot some stuff now, some clips here. The culture's dead though, right?
Yes, the culture's dead.
Yeah, the culture's dead.
A little bit. Like, just like move like how you're gonna go. Because then I also kind of want to like, move to move to the side. Like, I don't want you to just be dancing into the camera. Do you
Right.
understand?
It's almost 2 p.m. the next day. I did want to end the last vlog with a couple of thoughts, though. Yesterday, I just got distracted with Doogie. We were filming stuff, and then suddenly it was 2 or 3 a.m., and I had to go to sleep. So, to wrap up yesterday, just a heads up, I do love reading. I love reading books. I read a snippet from The Road for one of the ad clips that we're going to use. I love books, but I guess certain ones are just... Certain books are hard, are like, they hit my brain differently than others, obviously. I like reading books. I'm enjoying Lord of the Flies. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying reading it with what I was saying, but like what I was saying yesterday in that first clip was just that sometimes it's like my brain, you know, sometimes my brain just doesn't put things together as quickly and as efficiently as I'd like, I guess is what I mean. It's like I guess I wish I was a speed reader and I could just like analyze shit like very quickly and know what's going on, but I kind of obsess. I just obsess over all the little nuanced things, all the little details when I'm reading. That's all. It's like every sentence, if I'm not fully getting it or it's not fully sinking, I get frustrated because usually things are easily understandable for me, or because I do grab most things easily. Or I think I grab, you know, grasp them pretty well. It's weird for me to be like, wait, what the fuck? Like it's if I don't understand something, it frustrates me. So sometimes, especially older text or older, you know, just certain books, sometimes it just frustrates me with that stuff. But Doogie made a really good point last night in, you know, saying that, like I was telling him that, and he was just saying like, yeah, but it's not about. He's like, yeah, you're still able to actually read though. You're still able to comprehend it enough to be, and just doing it at all is the point. And that really made me feel a lot better. Dude, awesome with that stuff. But he did make a good point there. Just reading it all, just doing it at all is important and is good for you, good for your brain. I feel like an idiot anytime something doesn't immediately make sense to me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because most of the time things do make sense to me immediately. So, you know, for me, it's whether or not I obsess over something. I don't, you know, I like books. I don't like love and obsess over them enough to like analyze every single sentence and look up every single word. And, you know, I figure it out well enough is what I mean. But I'm not like crazy obsessed with that shit as much as I am with all this other stuff you guys hear me talking about. I do love books. I really do enjoy reading, and I do love books. And I can see myself doing that more when I'm like older. I think I can see myself doing that more in my older years. Not when I'm retired, but not only when I have time, but maybe preferably and most likely when I'm not smoking as much weed as I am now, maybe, or I don't know, have a different setting to read. It's not like that stuff matters to me. I can read no matter what. I don't know. I look at it as like, do I have time for that right now? Do I have time for? And I should make time for it, but I don't know. We all got so many things going on, and that's not including everything that I have to analyze and break down on my phone. And all the people that I talk to on my phone and text and talk to on social media. It's like there's just so much processing of texts and reading in everyday life now that I get. It's like reading for fun feels like such a foreign concept, or reading just for the sake of it outside of like getting information that we need. That's what I think that could be a big part of if people stop reading or don't read nearly as much. That could be very well be a big part of it. Is people just feeling overwhelmed and burnt out from how much they have to read in general. You know, we do read memes. Like, we do read stuff on the internet. It's not shit that you should be reading. It's not good to read. But what I mean is you are analyzing something. You're analyzing, you know, words in some way online a lot of the time. Whether it's like what other people have written or what they've, you know, what has been said from an informational standpoint when you're reading the news, whatever. You know, it's all reading. We read so much, actually. But yeah, I just wanted to clear up like what I meant about books, or like what I, you know, where I was trying to get at with that stuff. Because reading is super important to me, and a lot of my favorite memories of school was the specific books that I read when I was growing up, like Mockingbird and Catcher in the Rye, and some really fantastic plays like The Crucible or Death of a Salesman and stuff like that. Some really good stuff that everybody should read and should be exposed to. That's the most important thing, is reading exposes you to all sorts of things and just forces your brain out of its cage. It forces it out of its complacency, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, yeah. That's the end of this vlog. Now let's start the next one.